take the first question.
ขออนุญาตครับผมคงพิสิทธิ์ชัยวงศ์ภารกิจเสริมสร้างและมาตรฐานวินัยนะครับอยากทราบว่าทางบรูไนนั้นเขามีกรณีวางระดับโทษเกี่ยวกับการอนาจารเด็กนักเรียนหรือไม่นะครับเกี่ยวกับการล่วงละเมิดทางเพศว่ามีประเด็นปัญหาเรื่องนี้เกิดขึ้นในโรงเรียนและก็วางระดับโทษอย่างไรหรือไม่ครับผม
Okay. Now, if we could just have all of you use your headsets here for the interpreting services, the real-time translation available. But basically, the question directed to our colleagues in Brunei from Kun Kompisit is that pedophiles, do you have issues with that? And teachers perhaps abusing children in schools, what are some measures taken to prevent and stop issues related to that?
We are very fortunate that is not the case in Brunei. We have minor, but it is handled by the school itself. It is not brought, sometimes we at the ministry do not know about this matter because it is well handled by the school. We have, within the school itself, we have the disciplinary committee within the school. Only when it is serious and it is only brought to the ministry, but to date, there's no such serious offense.
Right, thank you very much for that question there and the answer. Next we go to Mr. Matteo, please.
Thank you. Thank you to our colleagues from Brunei. This is just really a clarification regarding the recruitment of teachers, particularly on the licensing of teachers, if any. Do you have such a body that will license or provide license for teachers to teach in those elementary and secondary schools?
Okay, thank you. Currently, we do not have teaching license, but it is a must and it is a compulsory for teachers to have teaching certificate or teaching diploma. Only then, without the QTS, they will, I'm not saying they're not allowed to, but they will not be, the positions of a teacher will not be confirmed. So they will not get the facilities as I mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm. Just a follow-up to that question, if I may. So which means if they go through the pre-service program, they will either get a certificate or a diploma.
Correct.
And that will be the basis for them to be recruited in the school system. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you very much. Any further? Yes, there's a question from the lady in the back, please. The recruitment of the management level, the heads of school, what's the process like there in the selection process and the recruitment of people who are going to be managing your schools and your institutions?
Primary school, we call them head of schools. For the secondary and pre-U, we call them principals. They are teachers from the school themselves. Yeah? Who the headquarters or the department of schools have observed that they have the potentials. They started from being a teacher, head of departments, senior master or mistresses, and they are the first they are appointed as the deputy principal, then finally becoming the principal. Most of our teachers in schools, principals or head of schools, are teachers themselves, so they know the school climate. None are from outside the Ministry of Education, or they are not, we call them civil servants. They are all teachers. Even the officers within the Ministry of Development, Ministry of Education themselves are teachers, so they know the school climate. Yeah.
Basically, so the heads and the principals are selected from inside the school. They
school
move
itself.
up the ranks based on their experience, tenure, etc.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Now we're at 10:29, so I'm going to wrap up the Q&A session here. Thank you so very much. A big round of applause for our two colleagues from Brunei Darussalam, Ms. Mustafa and Ms. Tarif. Then we're going to move on very quickly to Cambodia. So handing things over now to our colleagues from Cambodia.
Very, very good morning, Madam Chairs, ladies and gentlemen. Before starting my presentation, may I express my deeply thanks the Ministry of Education, Youth and Sports of Thailand, the Office of the Teacher Civil Service and Educational Personnel Commissions for inviting and supporting our delegation to join these very fruitful meetings. Cambodia now is on the way of deeply reform of education. In this context, we need a very good experience from our friendly countries. In the way of conducting reforming of education, personal management is the second priority to be implemented in the first and second years. My presentation, I will go through briefly with the presentation because the time is constrained. The few first slide is just general view about education sector in Cambodia, and then I'm going into the the detail for the next slides that's related to our topic today. That is just the map of Kingdom of Cambodia and share the borders with a few our countries. And that is the enrollment rate. So in the overviews, I mentioned three main topics related to the student, to the school, and the educational personnel. That is the information about enrollment rates of years old students in the academic year 2015 and 2016. Enrollment rate also by educational levels. You see the primary school enrollment rates and lower secondary school and upper secondary schools. That is the information about the total students in the academic year 2015 and 2016. Today, the total of our students is around 3 million, and primary school, preschool students around 173,000. And primary school student around 2 million, and secondary students around 825,000. That is about education personnel. Education background related to the qualified and underqualified of primary school staff. In the academic year 2015 and 2016, the total education personnel, administration, teaching and non-teaching staff totally around 115,929. non-teaching staff, teaching staff, non-teaching staff, preschool teachers, primary school teachers, secondary school contractual teachers. And we also employ double shift teachers and multi-grade teachers. My colleagues from Brunei mentioned about contractual teachers. The sound is the same to my countries, but maybe in Brunei do not employ the double shift teachers or multi-grade teachers. The reason that we employ the contractual teachers, it is very similar to the Brunei. And another reason related to the employment of double shift teachers and multi-grade teachers, because there is the shortage of primary school teachers. We employ the contractual and double shift or multi-grade is at the primary school level only, not at upper secondary schools. So that today we shortage the primary school teacher around 20,000. So that we employ the contractual teacher, double shift teachers, and multi-grade teachers, especially at rural and remote or unreached region. That actually we employ the multi-grade teachers. Because the number of students in each class is, very low from our norm. Actually, we said that we set the norm at the primary school level. That means student ratios around 35 at the grade 1 to grade 3 and 40 at the grade 4 to grade 6. That is new norms. Today we still, use the two norms. The one set, since the 2002. That is a very old one. And the new one has been set in the year 2014. The new one prioritize implement in only 3 provinces. So that when we employ the new norm, we need more teachers, especially at the primary school level. Because we reduce the number of students from 50 students in per class in the previous norm, and the new one, we identify that grade 1 to grade 3 should be only 35 students. So that in this context, we need more classroom, we need more teachers. So that for the school year, academic year in 2016 and 17, we still use the same, that means we still use both norms, new and old one, because we cannot spread out to other provinces. Yeah. That is the information about, that is information about the school. The total school today is 12,504, preschool, primary school, lower, upper, and total higher education institutions. 118, which 46 publics and 72 privates. Among amongst the public, 46 public institutions, there is only 9 higher education institutions are directly controlled by the Ministry of Education, and others under the management of other ministries. For example, the Faculty of Health, Faculty of Agriculture. Faculty of Health is under the management of Ministry of Health. Faculty of Agriculture is under the management of Ministry of Agriculture. Yeah. That is the way of teacher requirement process. There are two main ministries that always hold a discussion by the beginning of each year to, arrange the recruitment of civil servants and teachers. Ministry of Civil Service and Ministry of Economic. Ministry of Civil Service support the number of new civil servants to be recruited, and Ministry of Economic and Finance to support the budget. So the two ministries hold a discussion with individual ministries. When talking about the recruitment of new teachers, it starts from Ministry of Education will be invited to join the discussion. And after the discussion, the Ministry of Civil Service make a proposal to the Prime Ministers, the government, to limit the new teacher to be recruited accordingly to the national budget. Actually, we need much more teachers, but the last making decision from the government is limited. That means it is not, address our requirement for the new teachers. That is the way they're making proposal, and then they drop down the new number teacher to be recruited to the Ministry of Civil Service, and then the Ministry of Civil Service, drop the number to the Ministry of Education. But before that, we have to, when Ministry of Education making proposal, we have to regroup or college all teacher requirement from school, from district, and from provincial office of education. Actually, we get much more teacher requirement from these units. But when we control all teacher requirement from this unit, and then we hold a meeting at least twice a year before we making the last decision, and then we send that proposal to the Ministry of Civil Service. That's topic related to our meeting today. The first one about the teacher recruitment concept. Actually, we recruit our teachers based on our law and guidelines. In the first one, national constitutions, and the second, the law on the core statutes of civil servants of the Kingdom of Cambodia. That law covering for all recruitment of civil servants, not only for teachers. And the third one, education law. The fourth, royal degree on particular statutes of category of teachers. Actually, we have the three royal degree on particular statute of category teachers. Higher education teacher or upper secondary school teachers, and basic level or
มีการสอบแบบเบ็ดเสร็จเนี่ยนะฮะใบสอบแบบเบ็ดเสร็จพอทำการสอบผ่านแล้วนะฮะคนที่ผ่านก็จะต้องเข้าร่วมการฝึกอบรมนะฮะเพื่อที่จะเตรียมตัวเป็นครูนะฮะ ปัจจุบันเนี่ยเรามีประมาณสถาบันการฝึกครูเนี่ยประมาณ 27 แห่งแล้วเราก็แบ่งเป็นมัธยมต้นนะฮะก็จะมีสถาบันก็คือสถาบันระดับชาตินะฮะที่ซึ่งมีอันเดียวนะฮะที่อยู่ในกรุงพนมเปญซึ่งสถาบันอันนี้เนี่ยควบคุมโดยกระทรวงศึกษานะสถาบันการศึกษาเนี่ยนะฮะแล้วสถาบันอันนี้เนี่ยนะฮะก็จะดูแลมัธยมต้นนะฮะประมาณสักพันคนนะฮะที่จะมีอยู่ที่ฝึกอบรมจากสถาบันอันนี้นะฮะเรียกว่าพันคนเนี่ยฝึกพันครูแล้วก็มัธยมต้นหรือมัธยมนั่นนะฮะเรา7นะฮะ7 สถาบันด้วยกันนะฮะในระดับภูมิภาคแล้วก็